Hi everyone and welcome to iTuitions. In my previous videos, I showed you the basic rules of algebra and how to use algebra. In this video, I'm going to show you how to collect like terms. Collecting like terms means to simplify terms in expressions in which the variables are the same. Let's start by looking at what is a variable. A variable is a symbol, usually a letter used for an unknown value. In this equation, the letter x is a variable. It represents an unknown value. The number that sits before the variable is known as the coefficient. A coefficient is a number that is being multiplied by the variable. The 6 and the 15 are known as constants, and constants are fixed numbers. Let's look at this example. We want to find the total cost of these ice cream cones. Each cone has the same price. Now, we don't know the price. It's unknown to us. Therefore, we can only form an expression. And to form an expression, we need to start by assigning a variable to the cost of one ice cream cone. I'm going to use the letter C to represent the cost of one ice cream cone. Now, because we want to know the total cost of the 3 ice cream cones, we need to add them. These are like terms, C plus C plus C. Therefore, we can collect and simplify, which would mean it's the same as 3C. This is now in its simplest form. Let's look at the next example. Liam buys 4 ice cream cones. He then buys another 3. How much do they cost altogether? And again, I'm going to use the letter C again. C plus C plus C plus C. Then he goes and buys another 3. C plus C plus C. And I'm going to start simplifying this by adding up the like terms. So for the first lot, it's 4C plus 3C. Now, we can simplify this further because they're still like terms. So 4 multiplied by C plus 3 multiplied by C is the same as 7 multiplied by C. Now, this is in its simplest form. In the next example, we've got 2 different kinds of fruits here. We've got some bunches of bananas and we've got some oranges. And we want to work out the total cost of the bananas and the oranges. So I'm going to start by assigning a variable for each kind of fruit. So I'm going to use the letter X for the bananas. And I'm going to use the letter Y for the oranges. And because I want to find the total cost, I need to add these up. And once you add them up, you need to start collecting the like terms. So we've got 5x's, which is 5x plus 3y's. Now this expression is already in its simplest form. We cannot simplify this any further because the x and the y are not like terms. If you add the 5 and the 3 together and you write it as 8xy, this would mean 8 multiplied by x multiplied by y, which would have a different value to 5x plus 3y. Therefore, this would be incorrect. I just want to do a few more examples with you. So let's look at the first one and start collecting any like terms to simplify this. So I'll start with the 7a and let's look for the same variables. So we've got a 5a. And it's very important when you're adding or collecting like terms and simplifying that you look at the operators that have been used before every term. I've mentioned this in my previous video. The first term of an expression, if it doesn't have a sign in front of it, it means it's a positive. So therefore, 7a plus 5a is 12a. Then we've got a negative 3b and a negative b. And when we add these together, we get a negative 4b. This is now in its simplest form. In the next one, we've got a b, and then we've got a positive 3b. And then we add these two together, we get 4b. Then we've got a positive 2a, and we've got a negative a. And when we add these together, we're left with a positive 1a. However, in algebra, when we simplify expressions, we list the terms in alphabetical order. Therefore, this should be written as. But there's one more thing that I need to highlight to you about this expression, which is when we only have one of something, we simply write the letter. So for example, we've got 1a. So we would only write the a, because 1a, which is the same as 1 multiplied by a, we would still get a, which is why we would only write a on its own and we would remove the 1. So this is how we would write it, a plus 4b. Now in these two examples, I've used some powers. So let's look at the first one. These variables are raised to the same power. Hence these are like terms. A squared plus a squared is the same as 2a squared, which is 2 multiplied by a squared. This makes it the like terms because we've got the same variables and we've got the same powers. But in the next example, we've got a plus a squared. These two are not like terms because they are not raised to the same power. Therefore, this is already in its simplest form and you cannot do anything more to it. Now, in my next video, I'm going to show you how to multiply terms. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching and please subscribe to my channel for more videos.